going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Jaden aka Crystal World. Today we are rebuilding the Miami Dolphins with Tua leading the helm and with Jalen Waddle as one of our receivers, one of the people we drafted recently. And as we take a look at the team before we make some upgrades, offensive line could use some work. Need some work for sure. Receivers are really good though. We also have Jalen Waddle here in the slot, who I'm liking a lot. We have a lot of good receivers. Tua's a 73. We got to improve the offense tremendously. Defense though isn't too bad. Defense isn't too bad. We have Jason McCourty playing free safety, and our corners are obviously just stellar, so we don't even have to worry about that. And our D-line is pretty solid as well. So I know we have a bunch of picks, and I feel like for our defense, we're gonna have to. I feel like we should focus on our defense with Will Sanders. So we're gonna work on definitely our linebackers for sure. So work on their tackling just to make sure that is set properly. I wish there was some automatic thing where we could add these points in, but nonetheless that is okay. So I want to try to keep Tua as our guy. We're gonna look at the roster, see if there's any receivers we can move, because I feel like we have a lot of good receivers that have value on them. We have a lot here. Allen Hurns is injured. We have a lot of guys here. These top three definitely staying. Jakeem Grant, look, Jalen Waddle has 97 speed. We don't need all these speed demons on the team, So it's that's something to keep in mind. I want to release Allen Hurns. He's injured. He's torn tricep out for 12 weeks, so he's gonna have to stick around, which sucks. Preston Williams might as well keep. Jakeem Grant and Albert Wilson are probably gonna be the two guys we look at. Two short guys that are fast. No reason to keep having them on a team. Jakeem Grant could be a special teamer, but we have a lot of those. So let's see what trade value we get for Jakeem Grant and Albert Wilson. See if they get any value anywhere. So first off, with Albert Wilson, who's wearing number 2, he gets no value anywhere. Okay, and then we have Jakeem Grant. He had some value on the Buccaneers, I saw, and the Vikings. Too. And we need offensive linemen, and apparently a center is a big need for us. So I feel like we could do something about that, because they're literally saying offense is all we need. Christian Darrisaw is young. We got Garrett Bradbury. Trade Jakeem Grant. Would this go through straight up? I doubt it would. Okay, so if we throw in Jakeem Grant and a third, we don't even have that many picks. A fourth in Jakeem Grant for Garrett Bradbury gets us our center. Not too bad. We just got rid of a receiver that is taking out cap. Then we also have Albert Wilson here, who I want to remove. Albert Wilson still doesn't have any value anywhere, so we're gonna see if we could try to trade him somewhere for a left tackle. Colton Miller doesn't look too bad. I would want to go for a guy that has that fits our scheme for sure. And looking at all these guys here, we got Jonah Williams. That'd be crazy if we were able to take him from the Bengals, but Albert Wilson in a high pick, I'd say. Albert Wilson in a third of next year for Jonah Williams. That goes through. So we got our premier left tackle, and we got also a center. So that helps out our team tremendously. And I feel like with that being said, we have a pretty good looking lineup now, I'd say. So offense, we made moves. We got Jonah Williams and Garrett Bradbury. Offensive line is not too bad. We also have some good guards too, so that's something to look at. So Matt Skura, who we could maybe trade for a right tackle. That wouldn't be too bad of a situation. And defense, we're gonna keep the defense the same for now. But a last move I think we could try is Matt Skura for a right tackle, someone that's higher than a 67 or 68, whatever he was. So let's see, Matt Skura. Oh wow, Bears need this huge, but they don't have a right tackle though. That sucks. We need one of these guys to put him at right tackle. But for right now, I guess we're just gonna have to rock with this. Any teams that need a center, we're gonna greatly appreciate that. Try to see what we could get here. Any teams that need a center. So the Cowboys, but they're not gonna take him. Caleb McGarry is a 71. Sam Cosme is a 66. Nate Solder, not a chance. Morgan Moses would fit the scheme, but he's old. Got Panay Sewell. I doubt he would go through. Yeah, because he's a rookie. But the Packers got Dennis Kelly and Billy Turner. For the season, I mean, Dennis Kelly wouldn't be too bad of a pickup. But I'm going to see if there's... We're going to keep trying here. See if there's any other teams. So the Ravens got Juwan James and Alejandro Villanueva. So... But the thing is, who's injured? You know, we're going to go with the veterans, see if that goes through. But I feel like that's too much. We're going to have to give up too much just to try to get him. So with the right tackles available, Brian O'Neill could be interesting. Oh, that just went straight up. Okay, so we just stained the Vikings of, like, offensive linemen. So we took their starting center and right tackle. Perfect. So let's see how we perform. Tua has a good offensive line protecting him. And the last pickup I thought about just now would be a running back because we just only have Myles Gaskin. And so I think it would be best to see if we could just sign someone just for the season. So Le'Veon Bell is on the Dolphins. Perfect. So let's see how well these guys perform. So we did not end up making the playoffs, I believe. Our defensive pass yards per game wasn't that bad, but we ended up not making the playoffs. It's not showing the standings either, so not too upset considering I know this is how the first season of the rebuild. We ended up going 6-11, so we had a down year. See if any of our guys did anything. So no, we had no one in that category when it comes to stats. Our offense was 23rd. Tua didn't do too nice. Tua didn't do too nice at all. Defense was 10th though. Tua threw 24 touchdowns, 16 picks, nothing too crazy, 86 passer rating. Le'Veon Bell had 758 rushing yards, 10 TDs, nothing too crazy. Jalen Waddle, though, 735 yards, 4 TDs. Mike Gesicki and Devontae Parker did their thing as well. Defense was pretty nice. Aircrow had 5 picks, which is really nice to see. Emmanuel Ogbah has 7.5 sacks. Good amount of interceptions for the defense, but, you know, Tua didn't do too well, you know what I'm saying? So we might have to go for a change at quarterback, see what happens, see who's available, you know? So the team made the Pro Bowl. None of our guys I see here. Receivers, no one. Tight ends, no one. Offensive line, nobody. D-line, no one. Linebackers, no one. Corners, secondary. Eric Rowe made it. That's our only highlight, Eric Rowe. And yeah, so none of those guys did anything for us. So Super Bowl is Buccaneers Chiefs, a rematch from Super Bowl 55, and the winner of that ended up blasting the Buccaneers 45-14. Patty Mahomes won MVP and Super Bowl MVP, so that's pretty nice. Justin Fields won the Offensive Player of the Year. So it's either we stick with Tua, or we you know, or we just move on from him. And I'm gonna give Tua one more chance to be our guy. He's a 76 overall. He fits the scheme too. Jalen Waddle is a superstar, so that's looking pretty nice. Our offensive line isn't bad at all either. So maybe with another year under the offense, we could come out nicely. So we just gotta like see if we can just re-sign players, help that out. You know what I'm saying? But let's advance to next week to re-sign players. All right, the players ready to negotiate. We got Mike Gesicki, our tight end. Definitely gonna re-sign him for sure. Give him 40 mil. We're gonna let Will Fuller walk. I'm not a fan of him. We're gonna re-sign Brian O'Neill though, our starting right tackle. Only makes sense considering he's performed very well for us. We also have Emmanuel Ogbah here. Left end, we're gonna give him a 2-year deal. He fits the scheme well. Get him back. Hopefully he can perform well for us. Got Justin Coleman. He wants a 1-year deal. He had a good amount of interceptions, so I'll re-sign him to almost $6 million. Hopefully he accepts that, which he does. Bernardic McKinney doesn't really fit the scheme. We need a speed rusher at that side. That's why we drafted Jalen Phillips. So we're going to let Bernardic McKinney walk. Michael Pilardi, our punter, might as well re-sign him. Nothing too wrong with having him back on the team. And then we got Preston Williams. Preston Williams definitely is a guy I want to get into the scheme of our offense with him. Jalen Waddle and Devontae Parker. Shaquem Griffin, our left outside linebacker. He's a speed rusher though, so maybe he could get the start and help us out. Nick Needham, another good corner. We get him back, sign him. He's pretty good, pretty solid. Le'Veon Bell, we're letting walk. Forrest Lamp, who I didn't know we signed. We're gonna keep him as a depth guard. So Landon Roberts is a captain. I'm gonna keep him around. he thinks he's better for free agency, go ahead, be my guest. The rest of these guys, we're going to let them walk. We have about $35 million available in cap. Devontae Adams is a free agent. We're not going to go that route, though. We have good corners. They let Marshawn Lattimore walk, which is very interesting. Centers, we have Garrett Bradbury. We're okay there. Free safety, we have Javon Holland, who I'm very excited to see perform. And that being said, I think we should probably just sign a backup just in case. Tedrick Thompson, not too bad. Pick him up. We have our kicker. We have our punter. Special teams is good. Right linebacker, we have Andrew Van Ginkel and Jalen Phillips, so we're going to let them do their thing. Middle linebacker, we just have Jerome Baker. I'm going to pick up Keanu Neal here, who changed to middle linebacker position. I'm going to pick him up, keep him on the squad as a depth purposes. Left outside linebacker, we're going to have Shaquem Griffin starting for us to help us out there. D tackles, we just have Raheem Davis, so we're going to sign Javon Hargrave, and we could draft a D tackle, so not like a huge need. So we could just sign Zach Kerr to a 1-year deal, just as for depth. And then left end, we have Emmanuel Ogbah, who we re-signed, gave him good money as well. Offensive line is good. Yeah, offensive line is looking pretty solid, so we're good there. Tight end, I'm okay with the tight end position. Fullback, we're good there. Running back is a position of need, I'd say. They got Naeem Hines here, but we could also draft one too. So I'm thinking of drafting their running back as well. And for the quarterback situation, I feel like we should sign Nick Foles to be a backup. Give him a 7-year deal worth $26 million, and then he'll be our backup for Tua. And if we have to move on from Tua, so let's see if we sign these guys here. So Keanu Neal rejected us, but we got the backups. So we still have to go for a middle linebacker. That's one of our biggest needs. And Devontae's still a free agent. Jalen Smith is a free agent as well. He's a field general. You know, I'm going to give Jalen Smith an offer. Maybe he could be that change for the defense. Who knows? Who knows what he could provide for the squad. But we do that. We advance to the next week. So we got Jalen Smith and Zach Kerr. Perfect. So we got a new middle linebacker helping us out. And then we go on to the draft. So we have the 27th pick in the draft. I guess, oh yeah, one of our picks is late, so that's okay. So we have the 27th pick. The players available here, we're going to go by scouted. I feel like running back wouldn't be too bad. We got Raheem Billingsley, elusive back. You know, let's pick him up, pair him up with Myles Gaskin. He's a 79 overall. He is ranked number 3 in true value. Drafted him at number 27. Perfect. So we just got our back of the future. So hopefully he pans out well. And then with our 9th pick in the 2nd round, we have a lot of good players here, but I'm thinking of going D lineman, D tackle, if possible. There's no one really there. We got a left end here in Sean Campbell. He's a speed rusher. We're going to pick him up. He's a 76 overall. Provide more depth for the D line. Not too bad. And then we're going to sim through the rest of this draft, see what the draft picks up. So looking at the draft recap, we ended up getting a running back, a quarterback, and a safety. Not too bad. And that's what the team is looking like for right now. So we're going to sim through this season, see how well they perform, and hopefully they do their thing. So we ended up going 6-11 again. So 2 seasons in a row going 6-11. Tua is not looking like he's the answer. And we're going to have to move on from him. But let's see if any of our guys reached anything on his stats. Randall Cobb did his thing, I saw. Alex Singleton, I think, is on our team. I think he led our team in tackles, if we have Alex Singleton. Or might be Andrew Van Ginkel. So Tua had 20 touchdowns, 12 picks, 59 completion percentage, 84 passer rating. Not looking like the answer. Raheem Billingsley didn't do too well rushing the ball. Preston Williams, though, did this thing out of all the receivers. Defense, Emmanuel Ogbah, 13 sacks. Good thing we kept them. Christian Wilkins at 9.5. Jalen Phillips at 3. Sean Campbell at 3. So not too bad for sacks for our guys. And then we had a good amount of interceptions for the defense. Jalen Smith did his thing as well. So we're going to have to make a change at quarterback. Move on from Tua, sadly. But it is what it is. He's not helping Jalen Waddle and company. So we're going to probably ask for a lot for him. So if we look at the Pro Bowl roster, see who made that. AFC, None of our guys receivers. None of our guys tight ends. None of our guys offensive line. No one. D-line, Emmanuel Ogba made it. That's nice. Corners, safeties. None of our guys. So Emmanuel Ogba made it, which is pretty nice to see. Super Bowl this year is the Chiefs and the Saints. So Jameis Winston versus Patrick Mahomes in a very interesting Super Bowl. And the winner of that was the Chiefs. They ended up winning 44-38. Mahomes went crazy again. 2 years in a row winning Super Bowl MVP and NFL MVP. So the Chiefs franchise is unstoppable right now. So we're gonna have to see what we can do to trump that, because we need a new quarterback, and it's time we start making plays. So we're gonna start working on offense now. We neglected it last season just to see how well Tua would perform without it, and he obviously didn't do anything for us. He had 20 touchdowns through 18 games. He had 20 touchdowns, which is not good at all. And boost awareness for our offensive line, yes sir. And then boost strength, yes sir. Boost injury rating. We're just doing all offense right now, because that's what we neglected. Ball security for sure. I'm gonna keep our running back crew. I'm okay with that. And we got fancy footwork. Got this. Perfect. So we upgraded all the offense. Player personnel. I'm gonna go with contracts. Work on contracts for sure, so we don't have any more upgrade points. That's fine though. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna hopefully we don't have to re-sign Tua. I don't think they asked me for that whole oh, do you want to, like, you know, use the 5th-year option. Let's see who we have to re-sign. So we got Garrett Bradbury, our center. Definitely think we should re-sign him. He's been pretty solid. Hasn't been the greatest, but, you know, not bad at all. Christian Wilkins, I feel like definitely deserves a contract after he had 9.5 sacks, so we get him back. We also have Justin Coleman, who wants a 1-year deal worth like $5 million. I think I'll give it to him because he's been solid for us, so we get him back. And then Jonah Williams, our starting left tackle. I forgot we even traded for him. We're going to give him a $43 million deal. We get our starting left tackle back. Andrew Van Ginkel wants a $17 million contract, but he wants to test free agency, so it looks like Jalen Phillips gets his chance to shine. Myles Gaskin, our backup running back. We're gonna give him a deal. We get him back, so we kept our running back core together. And then we got Michael Pilardi here. We get him back. Adam Butler and Forrest Lamp. We're gonna let Forrest Lamp walk. We have Adam Butler though as a backup DM. There's no point in us paying him that much. And the rest of these guys, we're gonna let them go as they're not providing anything for the team. And we could obviously pick up more players. And then I'm thinking we're going to have to trade away Tua, you know. Trade away Tua for a pick, you know what I'm saying. I didn't want it to come to this, but quarterback is our biggest need. And I think it's time we move. Oh, let's see if we get a penalty first off. Let's see that penalty real quick. See what the penalty is for that, for getting rid of Tua. Penalty for Tua would be $9 million. $9 million for a penalty for Tua. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. You know, we gotta. All right, so we have Tua here. We're gonna see what team needs a quarterback badly. They say the Buccaneers. Let's see if they still have Brady though. They do not have Brady. So I'm thinking we get, like, we send Tua to the Dolphins. I mean, Joe Tryon Shoyinka. Okay, I guess. Let's see if Tua, a first, and Sean Murphy Bunting, even though we don't need a corner. Actually, no, I want to get a higher pick. I want to get a higher pick. What other team needs a quarterback? Giants say they do. Packers say they need a quarterback. They have Jordan Love. I know Jordan Love will probably eat. So we're going to see if we can get what we can get out of these guys. We need D linemen, honestly. I think we need D tackles. So I'm thinking that's going to be one of our issues we address, going for a D tackle. We got Derek Brown and a first from the Colts. I mean, from the Panthers. I feel like that could definitely be something. Derek Brown. Okay, so we don't feel like this offer brings enough value to the table. Okay, so we'll throw in one of our seconds. Actually, we'll throw in one of our fours and Tua for Derek Brown and your first rounder. Okay, so I think a second and Tua for Derek Brown and their first should go through. Perfect. Perfect. We just shored up the D-line. Make sure we got that addressed. So we're in free agency now. We just have Nick Foles as our quarterback. And they have Quentin Nelson, left guard, available. Very, very interesting here. They got Aaron Rodgers. You know, a 1-year deal for Aaron Rodgers shouldn't be too bad. I mean, I feel like he'd be pretty solid for us. Aaron Rodgers could be really solid for us. And then we could also draft a quarterback. That could be a thing too. We also draft a quarterback after the season. We have 3 first-rounders, so maybe we could like trade back. You know what I'm saying? I think we're gonna try to make it happen. Sign Aaron Rodgers to the Dolphins. Make that move so we can move on. Both of our corners are old now. They're getting old. That's crazy. I was not expecting that. But a lot of our guys are on some cheap contracts right now. We got Ethan Carter, our fullback, who is making about $6 million as a fullback. Seems a little bit too nice for them. Seems a little bit too That's a very nice contract he's on. You know what I'm saying? So you have to take care of that low key. Can't get rid of Nick Foles because I forgot we gave him a 7-year deal. But we just cleared up $6 million with Ethan Carter. So let's see if we can maybe pick up Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe give him a deal. Cut him a deal. Give him like 19 mil for a season. I wonder if he'll accept that. We have 3 first-rounders though, so I still want to draft a quarterback. So hopefully we can pick up Aaron. Aaron Rodgers doesn't accept anything still. Yeah, let's try Aaron again. So Aaron Rodgers accepted the quarterback offer. So we have Aaron Rodgers for a season. We have some good quarterbacks too. And apparently we still need to upgrade our left outside linebacker position. I wonder why is that the case. I wonder what happened to our offensive line. We have Aaron Rodgers now throwing the ball to these GOAT receivers. So this is going to be very nice. He has a good offensive line. So he should definitely help us out. Left outside linebacker. I mean, our linebacker positions look fine. I mean, we're going to draft some players, obviously. But defense still looks pretty solid, if you ask me. We need a strong safety, though. But nonetheless, these guys, I feel like, could definitely get the job done. So we're going to advance the week. Keep going to the draft. So now that we have 3 first-round picks, what we can do here, as we're going to sim to the 6th pick in the draft. So we have the 6th pick here. And I'm thinking we go for a quarterback just so we have our future set up properly. We have Robert Wagner, who's a late first-rounder. We also have Tony Thompson, who's an early first-rounder. Strong arm. He can learn behind Aaron. We're going to draft him. He's 76 overall. Perfect. He gets to sit behind Aaron for a year. Watch Aaron do his thing. And then Nick Foles is just that old guy just there, you know? Just like, yeah, I mean, Aaron's pretty nice, you know? I got a Super Bowl too. You know what I'm saying? And we have a right outside linebacker here and a guard. We got a lot of players here. We got a 2nd-round middle linebacker. I feel like a corner should be a position we go after. We got Richard Church, mid-first rounder. I think we're gonna go with him because our guys are getting older. Are getting older, so I think it's time we start like looking towards the future for that. We also have another first-round pick, which I remember we traded for just to make all these moves possible. So with our last pick in the 1st round here, we have Kendall Cooper, Chris Hoskins. Kendall Cooper looks pretty solid too. And then I just want to see what other D linemen we got. We got Kendall Cooper and Devon Childress. And I feel like a middle linebacker wouldn't be too bad. Early 2nd rounder, pass coverage. We're going to pick him up. 73 overall, Terrence Hines. Not too bad. Just to make sure we got depth on the team. Because we don't know what the contract situation is looking like for next year. So we're going to sim through. Now that we look at the draft recap, after getting these guys, we ended up getting right outside linebacker, a safety, a tight end, and a middle linebacker again. So not too bad. And now we're into the next season, and I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers is going to do pretty solid. And we're going to sim to the playoffs and see if how well we did. So if Aaron Rodgers leading the team, we ended up making the playoffs going 11-6. We beat out the Patriots and the Bills to win the division, and we're facing the Bills in a division matchup right now. So we have 3 teams that made it, which was us 3. And offensive line probably did pretty solid. I feel like Aaron Rodgers probably flourished. Who did we send Tua to? I think we sent Tua to the Panthers. But nonetheless, Emmanuel Ogbah had 18 sacks. He's on our team, so that's I'm happy. And we made Emmanuel Ogbah a beast. Our offense was 14th. Aaron Rodgers was 6th in passing yards and 4th in passing TDs. Immediate upgrade on our defense was 13th. 38 touchdowns, 10 picks for Aaron Rodgers, so our receivers definitely got some love. Raheem Billingsley had 1,000 yards and 14 TDs. Devontae Parker and Mike Gesicki both had over 1,000 yards. Preston Williams had 801, and Jalen Waddle had 701 yards, which is really nice. Defense, Terrence Hines, one of the middle linebackers drafted, had 5 sacks, 2 picks, and led the team in tackles. Emmanuel Ogbah had 18 sacks. Derek Brown at 7.5. Christian Wilkins at 7. So not too bad for our defense. And then picks, Xavier Howard at 5. Good amount of picks for our defense overall. So looks like it was a pretty solid season. And we should cause some problems in the playoffs for sure. We sent Tua to the Panthers, and apparently they went 12-5. They finished better than us. Now I'm interested to see. They signed Colin Kaepernick to the Patriots. So this man's Tua threw 33 touchdowns and 6 picks for the Panthers, but he couldn't do that for us. And he had a 110 passer rating with 64 completion percentage, but he couldn't do that for us, right? Hopefully we see them in the Super Bowl. Hopefully we do. But we're facing the Bills. Josh Allen, the Bills. Let's see if Aaron Rodgers could propel us to victory, as we do have our home field advantage. We ended up winning 17-5. We had Devontae Parker back from injury, which is really nice to see. Let's see how that game went. Panthers ended up losing. Okay, so kind of just one of those, like, whew, you know what I'm saying? But Panthers ended up losing, but we ended up winning against the Dolphins. Against the Bills, 17-15. Aaron Rodgers threw a TD and got sacked twice. Josh Allen threw a pick and got sacked once, so that's not too bad. Rushing attack, everyone got stuffed. Jalen Waddle had a TD. Defense, and Emmanuel Ogbah got a sack, so Emmanuel Ogbah has become a beast. And Jerome Baker also had a pick, so that probably was the game change right there. The defense coming in clutch. Now we're facing the Titans. We're home, though. We're facing Derrick Henry. He had 1,700 yards and 11 TDs, so hopefully we could shut down the run. And let's see if we could do it. So we ended up winning 28-25. We beat the Titans. Now we're in the conference championship against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. 1 game away from going to the Super Bowl. And it's going to be a tight one because the Chiefs have won the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. So I'm hoping that Aaron Rodgers can do his thing, help us out, make the playoffs or make the Super Bowl. That'd be nice. And if we look at the Dolphins, in our game against the Titans, we ended up... So it was a good game throwing-wise. Aaron Rodgers did throw a pick, and he got sacked twice, but Ryan Tannehill got sacked 3 times. Rushing attack was pretty good as we got Myles Gaskin back, so that was pretty nice. We held Derrick Henry to 13 carries for 61 yards. Not too bad. Aaron Rodgers ran the ball a lot, apparently, and he fumbled. But we still ended up winning. Lynn Bowden Jr. got 6 catches and 107 yards. I forgot he was even on the team. And we had Julio. They had Julio, but we locked him up, which is really nice. And then defense is where our bread and butter was. Derek Brown for us. He had 3 sacks. Beast game. Bud Dupree got a pick for the Titans as well. So it's going to be a very close one. Hopefully we could, flip the script on these guys. Take the team to the Super Bowl. But we're facing Patrick Mahomes. And let's see if we could get it done. So we ended up losing 17-0. We couldn't even score. They shut out Aaron Rodgers. They said, yeah, like, it's crickets for you. It's crickets. Like, you know what I'm saying? They said, be quiet. So it's Niners versus Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And Raheem Billingsley just came back from injury. Our contract got extended. Let's view the Pro Bowl roster, see who made it. Probably gonna let Aaron Rodgers. Well, Aaron Rodgers made it, of course. Receivers, Devontae Parker, pretty nice. Mike Gesicki made it. Offensive line, none of our guys. D-line, Emmanuel Ogbah, of course, he's a beast. Xavier Howard made it, pretty nice. All right, so we had a couple guys that made it, pretty good. But I'm interested to see how that Pro Bowl, that quarterback we drafted. I want to see how we do with him. I don't even know where I can find advance next week. All right, there it is. So the Super Bowl is Chiefs-Niners. Chiefs have made it to the Super Bowl like 4 years in a row now. We get to upgrade our guys. Terrence Hines, one of our steals of the draft, he gets an upgrade, so he probably won Defensive Rookie of the Year. But Let's see who takes the Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Niners. And the winner ended up being the Niners, blasting the Chiefs 56-21. Trey Lance won Super Bowl MVP, while Patrick Mahomes won NFL MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. And Defensive Rookie of the Year went to our guy Terrence Hines. So we got a new Mike of the defense. Pretty nice. And now we get to re-sign our players. We're going to do one more season. And we had Aaron Rodgers. He led us to the conference championship. You know, we haven't made the playoffs. He's 40 years old now. But I think we're going to let him walk. Emmanuel Ogbah, though, he's been a beast for us. He's been a beast. He's deserved every bit of a $7 million contract. So definitely want you back for one more season. I don't know who these bums are, but Devontae Parker, I'm going to give him a 2-year deal. I think he deserves it as well. He wants to test free agency. We're going to have to let him walk. We have Derek Brown, our starting D tackle. In the playoffs, he had a 3-sack game, a 3-sack performance. So we're going to re-sign him for sure. Michael Pilardi, our punter, who just doesn't happen to ever be signed long-term. We're going to re-sign him. And he's going to test free agency. I don't know why. Raekwon Davis, one of our D tackles. Him and Derek Brown are just big linemen. That helps us out tremendously. Nick Needham, definitely got to re-sign him because we need him. Definitely got to. We got Robert Hunt now too. Starting right guard, he's been pretty solid. I mean, nothing too crazy, but he helps out the team. We also got Noah Igwebuike. We're going to re-sign him. He's a corner just sitting on a team. He's going to work out pretty well for us. Brandon Jones, he's about 26. We're going to re-sign him. He hasn't done much either, but just there for depth purposes. Same with Zach Zeeler. We also have Alaric or Austin Jackson, who I forgot was on the team. We give him a $3 million deal to be a backup. Not too bad. Solomon Kinley, he hasn't started, so he went from being a start to going down to bronze. Lynn Bowden Jr. had a good game for us, so I'm gonna re-sign him for sure too. The rest of these guys, we're gonna let them walk, and we're gonna have that new quarterback. We're gonna have that young quarterback doing his thing for us. So I'm very interested to see how that goes. Apparently, our left outside linebacker is poor, so I don't know why we need that. But we have that young quarterback who was watching Aaron throw the ball, and his name is Tony Thompson. Yeah, he's a star in the making. So we're gonna see how he performs in this season coming up with our receivers. Probably gonna have to draft one. But defense, apparently we don't have a left outside linebacker. They do not like Shaquem Griffin, so looks like we're gonna have to move on from Shaquem Griffin. D-line defense looks amazing though, so we're gonna have to sign a left outside linebacker, which I'm not too mad about. And we have about $31 million available in the free agency as well too. So Tyron Smith is here, Aaron Rodgers is here, James Bradbury is here, Najarius Sneed is sitting here too. T. Higgins would be a steal to pick up for the squad, but I think Chase Claypool would be valid too. So we're gonna pick up Chase Claypool, see if we can get him. So we gave him a nice, good offer as well. Tight end, I think it's if we get like a number 2, I don't think it would be too bad. Offensive line is good. Left outside linebacker, they're not fans at all, and there's nobody here for us to pick up, even if that's the case. Right outside linebacker is good. Middle linebacker, we just need someone for depth, and we're gonna just pick up Gerard Davis. He'll be a depth player, just for like special team purposes. And then we're gonna have to see if we can draft a left outside linebacker because they really do not like Shaquem Griffin there. So everyone accepted their contract. So we got Chase Claypool now, a new star receiver to pair up with Jalen Waddle and give our rookie quarterback, our second-year quarterback, a chance to, to do something with another great receiver. And let's see what strong safeties they got available. Nothing too crazy. I like Harrison Smith though. He always plays well, so I'm gonna pick him up. He's gonna provide that veteran leadership in the back. So we're gonna obviously still have to draft a left outside linebacker, but let's see what we can get there. So we're gonna see if we get Harrison Smith first. So we end up getting Harrison Smith. So we get a veteran on the defensive side of things. So it's gonna be the Mike. He's gonna be barking and stuff like that. See if we can get him a ring. So we have the 30th pick in the draft, obviously because we went to the conference championship. So hopefully they have a left outside linebacker available. That'd be perfect. So we could move the team around, finally get that position sorted. Left outside linebacker. They do not. They have a right outside linebacker though. They have a kid named Antoine Barker. He's a late first. we could pick him up. They have a good amount of strong safeties too. They got a kid named Matt Woodard, Jamarcus Grayson, and Kareem Spencer. Early first rounder too. We have Harrison Smith right now and Brandon Jones. So I think we're cooling for that position right now. And I think we'll go with Antoine Barker. See what they do, moving them around. But we're gonna sim through the rest of this draft. Now let's take a look at the draft recap. So we ended up getting receiver, a left end receiver, a cornerback, a middle linebacker, and another cornerback. So we got a lot of depth at the positions here, and we're gonna advance to the next week. Maybe throw in a trade for a left outside linebacker because I'm not liking the gap we have there. So I think we're gonna do that. Yeah, so left outside linebacker is the only position I worry about the most, and I'm willing to give up our first and second to get a very prominent left outside linebacker to help us out. And I feel like Malik Reed wouldn't be too bad. We got a kid named Jermaine Walden. Shaquille Barrett is getting old though. They got Joey Bosa. Maybe Joey Bosa. Nah, we wouldn't be able to afford him. But that'd be nice if we were able to get him. We got a kid named Zach Burton on the Chiefs. He doesn't look too bad. Give him the second straight up. You know, a first straight up for a starter. Why not? Why not? It's late. Alright, so we get a left outside linebacker. Fits the scheme, so hopefully he can do his thing for us. We're gonna sim through the season. We're gonna sim through the season and see if that kid we drafted behind Aaron Rodgers could do his thing. So we ended up not making the playoffs. We finished second in the division, going 9-8, which isn't too bad considering it was that kid's first year starting. And so I want to see how we did statistically, and I think we put the Dolphins in a good position here. So let's see, any of our guys made anything here? None of our guys led in anything, but I feel like we weren't bad statistically. Our offense was 14th. That kid Tony Thompson had 4.6K passing yards and 34 passing TDs. And our defense was 7th, so that's really nice. 34 touchdowns, 19 picks is a little bit much for his first year, but not too bad. Rushing, pretty solid for our running backs. Preston Williams had 1,000 yards. Chase Claypool had 791. Jalen Waddle had 699. Mike Gesicki did his thing, of course, too. Sacks, Manuel Ogba had 10.5, so Manuel Ogba was a beast. That's a beast right there. But no one else really did anything. Interceptions, though, we had quite a bit, which is pretty nice for the defense. So not too bad. And there's lots more work to be done, but the Dolphins are in good hands. And so we'll leave it at that. You know, we got themselves a future quarterback and a good-looking defense. And Emmanuel Ogba is our standout player. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, comment down below what other teams want to see me rebuild. It's been a pleasure doing this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And remember, you gotta be a fiend to succeed.